Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video showing you guys how to use the Chard vacuum food saver. Granted, you could vacuum pack whatever you felt like vacuum packing with it. But when I bought it, it came with really bad instructions. So I figured other people are probably struggling with how to use this as well if you have one. But once you figure it out, you will fall in love. I love this thing. I use it all the time. Every time I buy groceries, I'm vacuum packing my meats. It makes them last so much longer in the freezer. You don't get the freezer burnt effect of having them just stashed in the freezer. My dad also, this is something that anyone out there who likes to reload ammo might be interested in. He likes to vacuum pack his homemade ammunition. It helps keep it dry. I don't know all the ins and outs on that, but that is a good use for this. It's what they use theirs for, is for vacuum packing their food and my dad's ammo. But anyways, I thought I'd go ahead and get into the video on how to use this. And if you don't have one and you want one, which I think everybody needs one, I'll have a link to it down below. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a closer look at the Chard vacuum pack sealer. It does moist foods and dry foods. It's currently not plugged in. I'll do that here in a moment, but there's better lighting on the side of the kitchen. So it does moist food and dry food. It does your vacuum and your seal, manual pulse. And then there's an attachment over here you can use for canisters and marinade. And this little guy right here, if you're going to use canisters, like for canning, like doing canned goods, you'd have like a little hose attachment you'd put in here and you'd use all of that. I don't have that attachment. I've never used it for canning, so I don't know how that works. So I'm sorry if that's what you're here for. You can go ahead and click out now because I can't tell you about this part. But I can tell you about how to vacuum pack for dry goods and moist goods. So anyways, how you get into this, there's little button tabs here on either side. So you're going to pop those and then you can open your lid. And then on the inside, you have your vacuum pack rolls. You can get bigger ones. I have bigger ones, but these so far have been doing just fine for me. Looks like I'm about out, so I'll probably have to open up another pack here in this video, which works out because I'll show you guys what brand of packaging I'm using. But these are just pretty much one long tube of plastic, and then you're going to cut it off at the sizes that you need. So this one actually looks like it's about the right size for some of the stuff I'm going to do. So I'm going to break out a new package. I'll be back with you in a second. So I already have another roll that's open that I'm going to use first, but I just want to show you guys the packaging that these rolls come in. So it's an 11 by 16 for the big ones. Vacuum sealer by Chard. That's just what the box looks like in case anybody was wondering. So we've got this new roll right here. As you can see, it's much bigger. It takes up nearly the entire space. A little bit of tape here I need to take off really quickly. Put that there for now. And then we can go ahead and cut to size. So we're going to have to find our beginning piece here. And we open this up, and this guy right here is actually the slicer, so you want to be super careful not to stick your fingers in this area because you can cut yourself. So we're going to pull it out to however much we need. That should be pretty good. And we're just going to make sure this is at the very bottom here. See, there's a little nub right there. I'm sorry about the lighting. There's a little nub here. We're going to push down and slide it all the way across and then slide it back just to be on the safe side. And it's sliced and ready to go. So what we have to do next, I personally like to flip it over. You don't have to, but I like to flip it over and then bring it down as close to the edge as I possibly can. As you can see, you have like this drip tray right here. So when you're packaging your meats, if it drips in, it'll catch right here in this tray. And then you have like this little rubber padding. So to seal it to begin with, we're going to bring it down to the very edge of this rubber padding. And I like to flip it over so that it curls towards the rubber padding. Otherwise it's going to be like this and it's going to be flipped upwards. I just find it easier to work with if you have it flipped downwards. And then I like to put it as close to the edge as possible because then that leaves me as much space in the bag as possible. So that should be good. And then if you can see right up here, it says caution hot surface. This part right here is going to heat up, and that's what's going to seal our bag, and that's why it has to be on this rubber, because this hot plate, I guess, goes against this rubber and then seals up the packaging. I went ahead and brought this over here so I can have it plugged in. So again, we're going to line it up right here along this gray rubber strip, and then we're going to shut the lid right like so, and we're going to push down on the sides until we hear a click. And you're going to hear a click from each knob. So then we're going to come on over here, and again, we're just going to be sealing the bag for the moment. So we're going to hit manual seal, and it'll do the job for us. And as you can hear, it beeped and then the light went off up here. So now we can hit our buttons on either side. So we're going to hit our buttons on either side, lift the lid, and you want to be careful not to touch the top area here because it is hot. And then we have our seal. So now we can prep our meat to go in here, and then I'll show you guys what we do next. So I've got my chicken thighs all ready to go here in the packaging, and as you can see, I wrote 4 chicken thighs on the packaging in Sharpie. I just like to know what's going to be my packaging. So as I mentioned earlier, you want to determine which way the package is curling. So we're going to put it laying like such so that it curls towards, you want it to curl towards the machine and not away from it. So we're going to lay it like this, and at this point I like to make sure that it has a little bit of an overhang and it's up here by the drip pan, and I like to just kind of straighten out the packaging a little bit so that it's not like super lumpy and bumpy, and that way it'll all drain into the drip pan. Now we're going to close it again. You want to hear a click on each side. So we want to click this button right here. You can see right now it says dry, so we want to hit the moist, and now it's up here at moist, and then we're going to hit vacuum in seal, and so it's going to vacuum out all the air and seal it for us. So we're going to hit that button here, it's going to start, and then I like to lift the chicken so it's a little more level. I feel like it helps get the air out a little bit better, and then it's going to suck everything out and then seal it. And then it's done. You see all the lights went off and it beeps, and then we're going to click it on both sides. And our chicken is vacuum packed and ready to go into the freezer, and it'll last much longer this way.